Hello, welcome back to the English news broadcasted to you by Quang Radio and Television. I am Huyên Ngan and let's take a look at the headlines. Yali's fashion collection for tourists in Hoi An. Quang is urgently preparing for the visit of APEC delegation leaders. Mr. Lê Trí Thanh, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, has asked the leaders of the department to strengthen the coordination and exchange of information, timely adjust appropriate programs and plans to organize the events of the 25th Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum. Top priorities is providing the best services for the visit of leaders' husbands and wives attending the APEC 2017 in Da Nang City. It is expected that the visiting program of the leaders' husbands and wives will take place in Hoi An on November 11th. The selected locations in this program are Hoi An Ancient Town, Hoi An Silk Village, and some handicraft stalls. Up to now, Hoi An City and related departments have completed the preparatory work, upgraded infrastructure, and the selected typical and impressive tourism products to be performed. Moreover, Hoi An also considered how to convey the traditional values of the ancient town to the delegations in the shortest time. This preparation is carefully reviewed so that all of the involving units are able to gain experience, finalize the reception stage, and ensure security and traffic safety. Furthermore, this is also a chance for Hoi An to introduce to international friends about the rich cuisine of the ancient city, so the food safety and hygiene is also on the top priority. In order to increase people's income and improve their living standards, contributing to the socio-economic development associated with New Rural Areas program in the mountainous regions, the Provincial People's Committee has just proposed Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development a project of building a production model for Chami cinnamon. This model will be developed in the integration with the value chain of high-quality products. Taking advantage of available resources in growing medicinal plants as key products for socio-economic development in New Rural Areas program, in 2017, the Provincial People's Committee has approved the cultivation area for Chami cinnamon in Nam Chami, Bắc Chami, Tin Phước, and Phước Sơn districts with a total planting area of 10,000 hectares. However, the development of Chami cinnamon in these mountainous districts has encountered many difficulties. The production is still spontaneous and fragmented. There haven't been an integrated production line from managing the good seed to applying technology into planting, harvesting, processing, and dispatching products to the market. Therefore, besides the province's resources, the concern of central ministries plays an important role in developing potential crops, creating a sustainable production line which integrates the value chain of high-quality products, thereby increasing incomes for mountainous people and ethnic minorities. Hoi An used to be a crowded commercial port with many famous products, especially silk. Nowadays, it is known as an attraction of fashion shops and collections for tourists from a service called fast tailoring, which can give customers tailor-made outfits within just a few hours. Recently, Hoi An People's Committee coordinated with Yali and other local tailors to hold an impressive fashion show in the ancient town on the occasion of the Finance Ministers' meeting APEC 2017 happening here. At Yali's catwalk in Hoi An, many famous next-top models like Mậu Thủy, Trà My, Hoàng Anh, Nguyễn Oanh, and nearly 20 other professional models have performed the collection for tourists by Estonia designer Senior Just. Inspired by the traditional áo dài of Vietnam and Hoi An street festivals, Senior Just's collection captured the viewers' affection with distinctive and liberal features. This has won the most spectators to the show, including those who've long been in the fashion industry in both home and abroad.
It's a story about Vietnam and a lot about áo dài. I was inspired by traditional clothes of north of Vietnam, and same I wanted to bring to women of Vietnam some new interesting Auzai types and styles. The main fabric that we used in this collection was silk, and we did Vietnamese lotus embroidery on top of the silk fabric. Some of them are done by machine embroidery, but a lot of work was done by hand as well. So we have hand embellishment, we have handmade shoes, a lot of tailoring that is very important here in Hoi An. And at the same time, we used contemporary laser technologies for laser cut. Especially you see it on the different wool fabric, wool mix fabrics. So we had lasers, embroideries in different shapes and different fabrics.
The collection is characterized by the mainstream of neutral colors such as leaden black, stony gray, white, light pink, and luminescent blue, highlighted with purplish red or dark yellow. This combination of colors gives the fresh look and a sense of delicacy and elegance. This fashion collection for tourists is not only a cultural fusion but also expresses modernity in the traditional tailoring of Hoi An. The handmade tailoring skills are uniquely combined with new technology of the 21st century when classical fabrics like felted wool are cleverly blended with many types of silk such as organza, crepe, and taffeta. The collection is featured by the traditional beauty of Vietnam, and the main material is from the source of silk produced also in Vietnam. This has brought new attractiveness for the collection. Being one of the big fashion companies in Hoi An with a chain of stores in the Old Town and many overseas branches, each year Yali welcomes thousands of tourists to visit, do shopping, and order tailor-made outfits. Yali is also the address chosen to serve senior delegation to Hoi An, so the brand development direction is determined on the basis of typical culture of the Old Town. This provides tourists with a sense of integration between the traditional style and newly delicate patterns on the costumes. The fashion collection for visitors debuted on the occasion of APEC Finance Ministers meeting is also a chance for Yali to continue pursue this direction in developing a professional fashion brand. Having a chance to organize a show during APEC time is a great honor for us, but it also put up a lot of pressure. We take care of every detail from fabric to patterns or images on the collection, especially the hand-embroidered pictures that symbolize the country of Vietnam, such as Vietnamese girls or lotus flowers, are our best focus. Proactively capturing the prospect of Hoi An tourism market, Yali not only decided to switch to tailoring clothes for foreigners, but also focus on investing in designing activities. Also selling sweet dresses or shirts, but Yali has made it distinguished from hundreds of hot shops booming in Hoi An by creating unique designs to match the aesthetic taste of different countries and territories. This has made Yali cross its local boundaries to be present at major fashion events in the country and internationally. The People's Committee of Quang Province has approved the Project 548 in Tiên Phuc District with the name Developing the Garden Economy, Farm Economy, and Ecotourism with the features of Quang Nam Midland for the period of 2017-2025. Accordingly, Tiên Phuc District chose Tiên Cảnh and Tiên Châu communes with Lộc Yên Ancient Village as the core area to develop the Project 548. In the first 9 months of 2017, there were nearly 11,000 tourists visiting the attractions of Tiên Phuc District, such as Lộc Yên Ancient Village, Huỳnh Thúc Kháng Memorial House. In particular, Lộc Yên Ancient Village in Tiên Cảnh Commune is one of the most famous places, attracting tourists by the peaceful beauty and friendliness of the community here. Old houses with long paved wall and hundreds of euro gates made by mossy stone are considered as one of the characteristics of this ancient village which attracts visitors. Lộc Yên village now has about 8 old houses lying next to each other, dating from 100 to over 150 years, built by the hands of talented artists in Vân Hà Carpentry village that has been famous throughout the central Vietnam from a very long time ago. Quang Nam Tourism is also planning to build this place a popular tourist destination for the south of Quang Nam. In the coming years, Quang Nam identifies tourism and services as a key economic sector with the economic structure of tourism services, industry, and agriculture. According to this general direction, Tin Phu concentrated on investing the ecotourism model in the style of homestay combining historic and cultural relics visiting in order to promote the advantages of the village cultural space. It's the end of today's news. You can rewatch the bulletin on the website qrt.vn. Thank you for your attention and goodbye for now.